Oh, wow.
Why are we both getting tears in our eyes?
I don't know. This is freaking me out big style. Oh, my God. It's freaking me out more that I can't hear it in the headphones.
I'm getting tears in my
Stop
eyes.
it. The audio system's going tears. Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Welcome back to Nailed It.
I want to say it with you.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Welcome back to Nailed It. Oh, God, that just feels good, doesn't it? It feels right.
It feels right.
Feels right on the night. Oh, my God, guys. Welcome back. I'm shook that this is happening right now. This is literally a moment I dreamed of with this exact person. Oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God. Yeah, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. I know we had a little bit of a gap. We had a bit of a break, but thanks for coming back. You will see. New location, the living room. New equipment. Cheers. Bosh.
Hopefully that couldn't have heard that little clink. Like, bong. You're listening with headphones. We are sorry.
R.I.P. your eardrums. Mm-hmm. I have learned through generous feedback from my audience and from actually listening to myself through headphones that I'm bellowing down these mics. So I'm going to relax on the ball, as one would say. I'm going to chill out. But yeah, guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. As you can see, I have got a gorgeous guest to my left, which might be your right as you watch it. Yes, it is my left. Welcome, please. I wish I still had I wish I had the iCarly remote that allows you to record, the like applause effect. But insert applause. Miss Nicole Wooff, guys. Welcome. Bravo.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Hello.
Nicole is one of my longest friend on planet Earth. Legitness. Bar me mar and da. We have been friends literally since the womb. We are far apart. We're 9 months. I'm November, you're July.
7? No, 8.
What's 12 take 4? We're 8 months apart.
8 months.
God, that challenged
Not
us.
so quick maths.
So we have been friends for all that time. We have grown together over the years. I'm sure we're going to tell you all about that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're in new settings. I thought, what better way to kick off new month-ish? New equipment, new setting, new guests, What is it? Are we in... You just burp.
I just burped. I was trying to be discreet.
It's all right. We're all human, darling.
Innit? We all burp. Okay.
We'll keep it in. We're keeping it real. Yeah, call it Aquarius season. I don't know what it is. Is that what it is now?
It is. It is Aquarius season right now. Oh.
Fitting, I know.
Absolutely.
Didn't Google that.
Very fitting. Believe me.
Believe it. So yeah, I thought, what better person to have on as my first guest than Nicole. Nicole is someone who massively encouraged me to go for the podcast when I wanted to. And I was doubting it and I was umming and ahhing. She's a massive advocate and supporter, and really pushed me to go for it. So I really wanted to have her on because Nicole is, if you think I can talk, listen to us go together, guys. Strap yourselves in. You're in for the long haul. And yeah, I don't know anyone as creative and passionate and talented. So I thought, what better person to, get on, introduce you all to. You might have already heard her once upon a sunrise on her TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok.
That's where your singing is. And YouTube.
Yes, TikTok.
Yeah.
YouTube. Very
Tune
vaguely.
in.
I just come in for a moment and then just dart off again.
And that's fine. We like it. We like the snippets. They leave us wanting more.
Oh, absolutely.
Every time. Yeah, I couldn't think of someone better to kick it all off with. So today, we're going to talk all about astrology.
Oh.
We're going to be talking all about astrology. Welcome to the 101 series as well. This is the 101 series that I am hosting this month. And I'm going to be hosting it with a few guests, which I'm really, really excited for. So Nick's going to come on. Obviously, she's here today. Wanted to talk about astrology together. Nicole opened my eyes to it, give me more of an insight. So I always had a little bit of a dabble. I always knew I was a Scorpio. It wasn't hard to tell. But yeah, Nicole opened my eyes to it far more. So yeah, really exciting. Really looking forward to getting into the episode. I've had some gorgeous questions. And I think should we kick it off with a weekend recap?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, we always do a weekend recap, guys. So I thought, why don't we've technically, since my last episode, we've had 2 weekends.
Are we not in the second?
We're in the second weekend.
We're in the second.
We're recording this a little bit later, guys, but it's fine. You don't know. when you tune in on Thursday, you'll be none the wiser, except for me telling you. But yeah, we are living through the second week. Let me at you about today, because today has traumatised me. Today I lost all faith in humanity and women. And I don't say that lightly, because I'm a woman of the women. I went with one of my best friends, Izzy, to the Adanola sample sale in Leeds. What if you've ever been to a sample sale? You'll have to let me know if you have. I found it nothing shy of traumatising and triggering, and every emotion that associates. And I'll tell you for why, darling, because Nicole only walked through my front door 20 minutes ago. We've made a cup of tea, switched the ring light on, got set up, and here we are. Yeah.
I keep burping. I'm so sorry. I've got a fizzy drink on the side. I have like a little Purdy's like energy, rejuvenate vibes, but we've
got a lot of drinks going on. We've got water. Oh my God, our cups match our outfits as well. You've got the accents of pink. I've got the green shock. Oh, chin chin. Our personalities colliding. Anyway, guys, I'm digressing. Went to the Adanola sample sale. So I've been to a sample sale before. I went to the Represent one 2 years in a row. And it's been fine. It's been quite well organised, you know. A bit chaotic. The queue's never cute. But, you know, you get on with it. You get some bargains. And that's what we're here for. I drove to Leeds today. Now, is Leeds my favourite place on earth? Absolutely not, Jeff. But I went there in high hopes. Got myself over there, over the other side of the Pennines, you know. Branched out. And we parked up. It was 10 to 9 in the morning. So bear in mind, I got up at 7:15 on a Saturday morning. Right. Not my idea of fun, but I thought, all in the name of cheap leggings. Cheap, good quality leggings that I wear today. These are Adanola. Shameless plug. And I bloody love them. I'd sleep in these motherfuckers. They're gorgeous, right? Feel them.
Oh.
But precisely.
Very, very skin tight.
Now, these are 40 quid. If you found out you could get them for 12, you drive further than Leeds.
Oh, absolutely.
It's worth the fuel, right? Anyway, we got over there. We saw the queue as we come round the corner. I thought, oh, heck. And it was just full of girls looking you up and down. Everyone was out in the best gear. Everyone had the leggings on, the hoodies. I don't have an Adanola hoodie because they shrink. Get a different one. Don't fall victim. It's not worth it. I'll tell you why it's not worth it in a minute. Oh, my God. So we got in this queue. And we was like, you know what, it'll be right. Based on our experience, we thought it'll go down quite quick. Once it opens, the doors get to go in. They might have free drinks in the queue. You know, you just don't know. We met these gorgeous people. We made friends. We made friends with 4 beautiful people. It was Natalie, Georgia, Megan, and Megan's mum, whose name I didn't get, but you give me Julie vibes, so you were just stunning. And we had a ball. We smashed through 2 bags of Percy Pigs, a bar of Lindor chocolate. What else did I have? A Jaffa cake bat. Basically, I'm just absolutely riddled with sugar right now and nothing good for my body. We were in that queue until 1 o'clock. 1 p.m. If I could super zoom on this right now from my couch, I would. 1 p.m. Right. We could see the double doors. We could see, you know, the end was in sight. And every so often you'd have a big shuffle of people and you'd be like, oh my God, we're in. Like, we're in the money. Yeah. Eventually got in. As soon as we walked through them double doors, I was like, oh my God, this is it. Another queue.
Oh no.
I was in that next queue for a good 45 minutes to an hour. I was losing the will to live. We was meant to record this at 2 o'clock. It's now 2 minutes past 5 in the PM. Say less. So, yeah, weren't cute. Good thing is, we were both in the same mindset, just in different places.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I would not have been ready for 2 p.m, so no. I'm kind of glad.
Well, you slayed.
Thank you.
It is worth the wait. But yeah, and we got in there, and oh my God, so we were having the crack. Getting a bit delirious as well. You know, a bit of singing, a bit of two-stepping was going on to keep the old, you know, bones alive, because it was also about 4 degrees. I was stood there in my football manager coat. If any of you have seen my TikTok by the time this goes live, you'll have seen the day in the life of the Adanola sale, and it cut short. It cut short when I met the girlies, because after that all my patience wore thin. But I'm also going to do a haul of what I got. I didn't do too bad, to be fair. For 50 quid I got some steals. But yeah, it was just chaos. So we get in there and we start seeing everything was fine till we got inside and we could see the behaviour of the people on the shop floor.
Oh no.
This is where everything triggered me. So I did see a few queue jumpers as we were getting in, but I thought there's not a real lot I can do about this. You know what I mean? I'm just going to let it be. While we were in there, someone who'd already queue jumped us outside went to leave, and we thought she was going. We thought she's had enough. She's chucking towel in. I was like, well, you snooze, you lose. Bye, love. She didn't leave. She opened the barrier and ran in when the security weren't looking. So we all turned around, was like, bye, turned back, she were in with fucking sports bra in hand. I thought, you cheeky little cow. So Megan's mum, we'll call her Julie, goes, hey, how did you get in there? So, well, this girl, let's call her, I don't know, I'd like to say Karen, but she was too young for a Karen, but she dominated the Karen personality. She was just, let's call her Claire with the cheetah print scrunchie. Cat, we'll call Cat Slater part 2, that's what we'll call her. Anyway, I'm digressing and I'm getting bitchy. The gal was in there. Megan's mum goes, what are you doing over there? How did you get there? She was like, well, I've got work and I couldn't be asked queuing. And she went, I'm not being funny. You already queue jumped us once, I know you've queue jumped again. Well, the girl got enticed with what she thought was going to be a funny conversation and got absolutely rinsed by Megan's mum, we'll call her Julie. So, I mean, bitch. It just vexed me. And then, oh my God, no, this sent me west. So all these racks of clothes, right? And they're like, what they're doing, they're stocking the racks behind the scenes and then they're wheeling them out. As they were wheeling one out, crowds were just following the staff, like literally on them, snatching stuff. It was disgusting. I was like, what is wrong with you all? And one member of staff walked past, she just had one hoodie in her hand, a black hoodie, right? She put it on a hanger. This girl went up, didn't even look at it. She just knew it was a hoodie, grabbed it, and someone else from the other side snatched the hoodie out of her hands.
Oh my gosh.
We booed. Boo! I was like, you absolute cow. I couldn't believe it.
Oh my God.
I was triggered. I was like, what is wrong with all you people? Everyone were gathered in crowds waiting for another release of hoodies. I was like, girls, you've got your stuff. Fuck off and pay.
Yeah.
So then I got booed. But I mean, I got more applauded than booed, so I'll take that on the chin. But I just couldn't believe it.
Shocking.
It was disgusting. So that today is just, if we look like we're short of tolerance today, it's because we are. You weren't even there, but I'm projecting it onto you.
Yeah, she's projecting.
Yeah, I'm giving her the vibes.
It's okay.
It's all right. It's all right. How's your weekend and week been, darling?
So my weekend, last weekend, I went to the Lake District.
Stunning.
Yes.
Seeing your mum?
Mm-hmm. So
Gorge.
my mum lives in the Lake District with my stepdad. So
Stun.
I went up there on Friday night, cat sitting because they were coming back here. So we were like swapping places.
Love that.
So yeah, went to cat sit and it was just so nice.
Gorge.
I had a nice day to myself on Saturday. I went into the little town
Nice.
called Cockermouth, which is like
Yes.
near where they live, and it's really cute.
The place that I always want to call cock in mouth, but it isn't that.
Well, exactly. Exactly. I mean, you could call it that if you want, girl.
Apologies. Yeah. Love that. Love that.
So-
How was the weather?
As the UK weather is. Just,
So.
Yeah, so.
Shite.
January weather.
Yeah,
Shite. Yeah.
Fair enough. Stunning. What did I do last week? Oh, last weekend. Oh my God, last weekend was emotion. I went watching my gorgeous friend Ellie on Strictly. So we went 2 days in a row. We did, on the first day, me and her mum and her best friends and her family, we all did like a big surprise for her that she didn't know about. So we've been planning it for like a few months, which is really cute. So we all went and had like some drinks, then went to the MEN and surprised her. And yeah, we was loud. We was giving some big ass chants in that crowd. She also won that night. There's like a winner every night. Oh my God, yeah, she's amazing. I tell you what, watching your friend dance on a stage, because I've always, obviously, her level of dancing is is much better than mine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't mean to. Then.
I know that's right.
I did not mean to. Then. I'm so like,
we know. No,
I'm so sorry.
it's different. Like it is very
Of
different.
course it is. Yeah.
And like I've obviously been dancing like at competitions, and like a few people have come and watched me, and like when I've come off stage, you've all said like it's so mad seeing you dance, like it's so exciting and like overwhelming. And that's what that was like. Like I was sat there grinning from ear to ear with like tears in my eyes. I was like, this is so mental, like
What's
the world
going
is
on?
watching. It was crazy. And then yeah, so nice, I went back twice. No, I booked the second day before I booked that day. So on the Sunday I took my mum, we went to the Ivy, I treated
Love
her.
that.
Took her for like a late birthday outing. And then
How long after her birthday is that?
I got 6 weeks. I got 6 working weeks. But it was good. She had a ball. Her birthday is 20th of December. Who wants a birthday that close to Crimbo?
Yeah, that's wild, really.
I won better you. Georgia, one of our best friends, 27th of December.
Crazy.
And a fella, Christmas Day.
Oh, I could not even imagine having my birthday on Christmas Day.
I'd need to.
No.
I'd move my birthday to like
Me too.
June when the weather is hot.
Me too. Do you know what another like random birthdays as well?
Go
Imagine
on.
having your birthday on the 29th of
Nah,
February.
right.
Of
I
February.
really wanted to talk to you about this today, even though it's not necessarily related, but birthdays on that day. What happens? When do you celebrate on the 1st of March? 28th of Feb? You are a glitch in the matrix.
Agreed. I have no idea what you do.
If anyone listening has a birthday on the 29th of Feb or knows someone that does, I need to know.
Literally.
1,000%.
For peace of mind.
Yeah. I need to know we're not just tripping. You do exist somewhere in the ether. I still don't know anyone with that birthday though.
No, me neither. And I feel like I Googled it not that long ago. I think there's like 5 million people in the
Wow.
world with that birthday, which is just wild.
That seems like a lot, but how many people are in the world? That's 7 billion.
7 billion, 8 billion?
Good lord.
So realistically, it's not that many.
It's a small percentage, but I'm not being funny. It's like, it's a good enough percentage of the UK.
True. True.
They're not, I know they're not all in the UK, but oh my god, that's mental. I wonder what the most popular day in the year is to have your birthday.
I don't know, because I don't even know what the most common star sign is. I feel like I've Googled it before.
Oh,
and I can't
that's something
remember
I
what
feel
it
like we
was.
should find out.
Can you Google it?
Yeah, I
Let's
absolutely
Google it.
can. Oh my god, what is the most common star
What's
sign?
the most common star sign? Should we guess first what we think it is?
Right, I'll tell you how I'm going to guess it
Okay.
before I press enter.
Don't you press enter.
Most common, you can watch me, star sign. Why is it?
So we'll do what we think is the most common star sign and what we think is the least.
What is the most common star sign for serial killers?
I think I know
Sag.
the answer to that. I'm sure
Go
it's
on.
Virgo.
Is it?
I'm sure it's Virgo.
Oh, well, we'll find out.
Which is crazy.
Crazy. Why, you're not a Virgo? How many Virgos
My
do we
mum's a
know?
Virgo, though.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, my mum's a
Is
Virgo.
Emma Virgo? No.
Emma's not a Virgo.
No.
So one of our friends, she's a Virgo rising,
I see.
but she's not a Virgo sun.
Oh, boys and girls, we're going to get all into this. Right, I think, so I'll tell you how I'm going to work it out. So I like to call myself a Valentine's Day. No.
No.
I like to think of myself as a Valentine's Day baby because my birthday is the 14th of November, which is bob on 9 months from Valentine's Day. And there's also a 9-year age gap between me and my brothers. Try that one on for size.
Well, if the shoe fits.
You better lace that bitch up and wear it. Can you pass my brew, please, doll?
Of course I will.
This is stunning, by the way. This is literally my life dream. I'm not going to lie to you.
I feel like I need to reposition myself.
You reposition, queen.
I feel a bit warm in here.
Aye. Turn that AC in there and crack it. I think it's getting all hot under the collar because we're
getting-
excited. There's a lot to unpack.
I don't know why. I couldn't think what I said. I was just going,
Mm-hmm.
she's wiggling.
She moves in her own way. Right, so that's 9 months on, and I'm trying to think of common days when people would have intercourse.
Oh, you're doing it like that? Okay.
I'm thinking everyone loves a Christmas shag. The festivities lighten the mood. So September. I feel like the most birthdays I celebrate are in June and July or September and November. That's when the most birthdays are that I celebrate. So on that reckoning, I'm going to say Cancer or Scorpio
Okay.
or Sag.
Okay.
What are you going to say?
Oh.
That's not a definitive answer because I've just given 3, but...
I don't know why, but Aquarius is coming to mind for me. And I don't know why Aquarius
that's now,
is
isn't
coming
it?
to mind. Yeah, so we're in Aquarius season now. I don't know why. I think it could be Cancer,
Oh.
maybe. I don't know. It's really that's so hard to like. It is
Try and
kind of hard
define.
to guess, isn't it? Because it could literally be any of them. Because I don't know. In my life, for example, I know a lot of Scorpios, so like I'm like November heavy for birthdays.
Yeah.
3 in
yeah.
a row as well. Literally, brother on the 13th, you on the 14th, dad on the 15th. Like,
Yeah.
what an expensive month, but we live
Idiot.
it. We live.
You cannot pick your family.
Literally.
Literally. Right, should we press enter, shall we see? What is the most
Oh my
common star sign?
gosh. I don't know. I think.
Scorpio.
Is it? Yes. The
Oh,
logic wins. The
have a
logic. It must be the Valentine's Day. It must be.
The most commons, yeah. Scorpios are thought to be the most common zodiac signs, which is great. This energetic but cryptic is what I meant. It's just the thanks that I get for putting your bitches on. Yeah, but cryptic sign is sure to keep things interesting. If I want to get bored easily, Scorpios always have a trick up their sleeve. Right, I don't need to know my traits. I know who I am. Next is, the estimated this is just America.
Okay.
I think, it says estimated US population. But 9.6% of the US population is estimated to be Scorpio.
Wow, that's quite a lot, really, considering there's 12 signs as well.
That is a lot. Wow.
America is riddled with Scorpios, everyone.
No wonder it's fucked. Beware. The most commons no. Based on data.
Are we getting a different answer?
This is the US again. And the population's lower. Oh, wait, that's least to most common.
Come on.
Wait,
worldwide.
number one. Number one is Cancer.
Cancer.
Number 2 is Virgo. Number 3 is Leo. Oh my God, where's Scorpio?
Okay, they're all in America.
Right.
That's why. They're all in
No,
America.
this is America.
Oh, okay. So how's that just gone from like Scorpio to Scorpio not even being in the top 5?
Another study here says Scorpio. Another one here says Scorpio. Another one says Leo.
Right, well, Google
we don't have
is
the
just full
answers,
of it,
darling.
really,
No, we don't. It's
So-
riddled with the US. It's cryptic. Cryptic at best.
What do you think the least most common star sign is? Do you know what? I'm going to go Aquarius with this one.
I am, because it's the shortest month. I don't know what logic that applies.
Yeah. Do you know what? I like that you're thinking of this so logically, because I feel like it's working out for you. Do you know what I mean?
The answer to my life.
I think I'm just like, yes, it's my intuition telling me.
That is me and you.
It's my intuition.
This is the golden retriever and this is the black cat.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh God, even though I'm not a cat person and you are.
Oh, absolutely. I love cats.
You're the white cat, I'm the black lab.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatevs.
Whatever, Trevs.
Yeah,
I'm the white cat with black paws.
Oh. Raw. When Megan and Rosie walked in, I thought, raw. Oh my!
What is that?
That's off Love Island season. Adam Collard's first season, not his 10th.
Is that what he said?
Eyal. Do you remember Eyal?
Yeah.
Do you remember that girl? What's she called? Hayley. My name's Hayley. Do you remember her?
Oh my God, yeah, I remember. And she was like, Eyal.
Yeah. Eyal. Come here, Skila. No, she never said that, I don't think.
Oh my
It
God.
went in my episode of Best Bits anyway. We've been recording for 23 minutes.
Have
Jesus.
we?
We've not even got into the nitty gritty. Holy hell.
At least we started talking about astrology.
We absolutely have. Oh my God.
That's like the best bit. Are we
Um,
going to look at the least common?
Yeah, least common, right? Let's Google that and then let's drop my phone.
Let's
then.
keep it moving.
Yeah, let's keep it going.
moving.
Least common.
I've just realised, look how I'm sat. The camera's just pointing at me. Sorry about that, everyone.
What is the rarest zodiac sign as of the 15th of Feb 2003?
2003.
2023, sorry. Sorry about it.
I was like, what use is that, girl?
Aquarius.
Oh.
Respect
Yes.
her. Love it. Do you know what I mean? This is why she's my girl. Should we talk about how we know each other?
Yeah, let's talk about how we know each other.
Okay.
Let's roll.
So, obviously, Nicole and I met via through our parents. We were forced together. We had no choice. Via through. I was introduced. We were babies. So, our parents are... So, your parents and my godparents. Your mum and dad are my godparents. Nicole's dad and my dad were best friends from a very, very young age.
Yeah.
I think your dad was 8 and my dad was 13 when they first met.
Oh, that's so cute, isn't it?
Knocking about Brasley, bloody smoking cigs. I don't know what other word I was going to call a cig then, but yeah,
Dad,
no.
if you watch him, you know.
Yeah. Dudzy boys. We are clean angels. So yeah, and yeah, I think well, obviously we've just been together all our lives, haven't we? We've always done stuff together.
Yeah.
Lived
together at one point.
We lived together. Oh my God, that tested the absolute boundaries of our friendship. Like, I remember
at 8 years old.
8 years of age, we were ragging each other around my living room for the TV remote.
Literally, like
Fighting. It's literally like the sister like that I'd never had, essentially.
yeah, kind of me too.
I do-
I do have a sister. I went to say that and then I was like, no,
oh,
you
wait.
have a sister.
But yeah, and we've sort of like, we've done our own thing over the years. We went to like different schools, but in like the same little town. And we've always just been around each other, haven't we? And we've as we got like into like probably, oh God, like year 11, where like you're getting a bit older, a bit wiser. We probably drifted apart then, didn't we? And then we snapped back like the elastic band. And yeah, we've just been uber close ever since. I'd say for the last at least 10 years. Girl, you got gas. My girl got wind.
I always have. No, I don't. No, I do. I'll be honest. I do.
Keeping it real.
Sometimes I'll be singing. This is so off topic, but sometimes I'll be singing and I need to burp and I'm like, oh no. And then I'm like panicking.
About to hit the high note and you're like stifling it.
Literally. And then I'm panicking. And then I'll try and like do a little burp and then take a breath and then carry on. And I'm like, oh no.
Off topic again, Nicole is a phenomenal singer and you all need to go and listen to her. She is stunning. She has the lightest but most powerful voice. It's beautiful. Nicole's the type of person, you know them voices you listen to sometimes when someone opens the gob and you're like, oh my god, you could read me a bedtime story. Nicole could sing you a bedtime story. Aww. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. I'm not just saying that because she's sat here. If she weren't here, even if she'd piss me off, I'd die on that hill.
Thanks,
the gal's got pipes.
Thank you, girl.
My gal can sing. Yeah, just stunning. 10/10.
So thank you.
To be fair, I will give you a side note here. When me and Nicole, I'd say, in fact, I remember this moment so clearly, right? I'll take you back to 2021, to the Panny D aftermath. Panny D was 2020, yeah, we're in the 2021, honestly. It's like when people said Platty Jubes.
The Panny D.
Platty Jubes, Panny D. No, it was, honestly. Traumatising. Literally.
Yeah, very much so.
We went on quite a lot of walks, didn't we? We still saw each other and, you know, let's not piss around, right? A lot of people isolated for a bit and then we all got a grip. So once we got absolutely. A grip, we saw one another. Mm-hmm. And me and Nicole tend to have I would say we get very empowered by one another.
Oh, very much so.
When we get going.
Oh, aye. Like, when we get going, it's like, there's so much fire.
Yes,
like,
there is a lot of fire between us. And 100%. I do sometimes wonder if that's because of our signs or just because of who we are.
It's got something to do with it. So just like a little segue. So our Mercuries. So Mercury is the planet of your mind and the way that you communicate.
Okay.
Both of our Mercuries are in fire signs. So my Mercury's in Leo and your Mercury's in Sag. So that's why, like, when we get going with each other, like, rah, rah,
we're very much like, I feel like we can both be like very, what's the word? Like rational. And I think we bring that side out of one another. Like, definitely. we both appreciate keeping it real. So we both do that a lot with each other.
100%.
And like me and Nicole, like, I'm not being funny, we've literally known each other for that long. Well, I've been alive for 25 years. However long you have been alive, that's how long we've known each other. So like, there is absolutely, I won't say no boundaries between us, but like we know each other's feelings and emotions quite well. So I feel like we both know that we would never offend one another in what we were saying.
Yeah, 100%.
And we wouldn't say something that would offend the other person. So I feel like we really can have like just the most honest conversations with like zero judgment.
Yeah, 100%.
And I love it.
Yeah, me too.
Stunning vibes, stunning. So yeah, so I remember we because we bounce off each other so much and we have such good conversations, we went through a phase of seeing each other like every week and we was chatting away, and I remember her leaving. She left my house and it was a Saturday. Was it a Saturday? It was a Saturday. She left my house. I love
that you remember that
no,
little
I do.
Detail.
I literally remember it. You left my house, and when I lived at my mum's, I had a bedroom in the garden and I had my own like ensuite bathroom, and I literally remember she left and I went and had a wee and my phone started ringing and I was like, random. So I was like, wash my hands, got up, answered it, and in the moment from her leaving my house to me going to the toilet to before she rang, I instantly thought in my head, God, we should do something with our conversations. Like, wouldn't a podcast be a good idea? And Nicole rang me, and we have these moments all the time where like something will happen and we'll be like, mate, you've just read my mind. Like, girl, stop.
Stop that.
And literally Nicole rang me and was like, this might sound weird, but have you ever thought about doing a podcast? And I was like, this bitch.
She in here.
She
again in here.
I was like, you better stop that. And I was like, the funny thing is, mid-piss, I thought the same. And we was actually at one point going to start a podcast together. Mm-hmm. We toyed with the idea for a year, 18 months.
Yeah, it was a long time. Yeah.
A long time. We had topics noted down. Some of these topics we've already covered or I'm going to cover. Mm-hmm. And it never materialised. And I think that's another reason why I definitely wanted Nicole to be my first guest, because she saw something in our communication and in like bringing it to the next level. Mm-hmm. And even though we didn't get to do that together at the time, I feel like she's the person I want to like share that with right now.
I love that.
So yeah, so shall we get into some astrology, girl?
Let's do it.
Let's absolutely do it.
Oh, you're really good at doing runs, you know.
You said this the
I
other
swear
day.
to God, I said it in the group chat. You were singing Whitney Houston, and you did the, what was it? You're like, boys went out to eat.
I can't.
No, but you did it, and it was perfect. And I was like, girl, that's smooth.
Yeah, that's so.
That's smooth.
Nicole is a better singer of the two. Facts, but she's going to teach me to be better.
Honestly, you got a good voice, Cam. But you're good at runs. Honestly, that's where I fall short.
Really?
Is runs, yeah. Like when it's a run that like goes straight through, and it's like, like, do you know what I mean? When it's straight down the notes, I struggle. Like honestly,
oh, interesting.
So
Did
you
not
teach
know
me, and
that.
I'll teach you.
Slay.
Slay.
Oh, anyway, guys, this lady right here introduced me to the deeper world of astrology, shall we say? So I'm a Scorpio. I have always known that I'm a Scorpio, shall we say?
All Scorpios know the Scorpios.
Yeah.
Can I just like preface that? 100%?
Absolutely.
Even if Scorpios aren't into astrology,
Yeah.
they know the Scorpios.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was plain as the day is long. But yeah, and like it's one of them, like I've always like, you know, flicked to that section in a magazine and like looked at like what my horoscope is online and things like that. It's always been something that I've been like interested in, but I've never deeped it. Like I've not based my life around it, and like that's worked in a healthy way for me. But you know, I've always bought the jewelry, the Scorpio necklace. Thought I'd get a star sign tattooed on me, you know, very very basic. And yeah, I suppose really I want to hear about your experience of how you like discovered astrology and got into it. So Nicole's a Cancer.
I'm a Cancerian.
If I'm a Scorpio, am I Scorpion?
If I'm a Scorpio,
But you're a Cancer.
You're a Scorpion and I'm a crab.
No, you said Cancerian. So what's mine? Do you know what I mean?
Oh no, you're
I'm
just
a
a Scorpio.
Cancerian.
You're just a Scorpio.
Oh, just fucking Scorpio. All right then.
You're Scorpionic.
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 Oh,
I like that word.
I love it. We've
You're
christened that today. Trademark.
Scorpionic. Sounds like a superpower.
It sounds like a robot a little bit.
Scorpionic. Scorpionic.
Assemble. So yeah, I suppose really, so I remember a time where it kind of just like switched up in you and you started talking about it more. Your skin looks amazing, by the way. I know that's so off topic, but you look gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Wish y'all could see
So
the
do you,
depths
girl.
of what I can see. Clarity, blush, stunning vibes, winged liner, on point.
Always, girl.
Slay. So anyway, so yeah, your journey with astrology really, just like summarize it for me. How did you find out about it? What made you go from like not caring about it to now being the person that all the girls in the group come to when it comes to astrology?
Yeah.
Like, take us through the journey.
So my journey with astrology. So I used to work at McDonald's.
Yes,
and
you did.
I was a manager there, and one of my friends, Paige,
Paige, are you still friends with? Yeah.
Paige, who I'm still friends with.
Yeah. Stunning.
Said to me one time, I just remember her saying to me one time about birth charts. I think I started to become interested in astrology and star signs like a lot at that time. And then she was like, have you ever read your birth chart? And I was like, what the heck is a birth chart? Anyway, I think I went home that night or somewhere around that time. I can't remember the exact details. And I remember like asking my mum for my birth time. And then I went onto a website called Cafe Astrology.
Can I just say, that really reminds me, I remember seeing a meme of like a guy texting his mum for his birth time and his mum replied like, run off that
Not
first
one
date.
of those.
Yeah, you're not going out with one of those, are you?
Literally me with everyone. I'm like, what time are you born? The
I
amount of
love
people
it.
I've got to text the parents
I know.
and ask for the birth time is wild.
At my birthday last year when everyone came back to mine, I think you did everyone's.
Yeah. I'm just like, what time are you born? What time? What's that time? I just like, I need to know.
Yeah.
It's a need to know.
Give me the deets.
Do you know what I mean? I always think that as well on reality TV. Like, I wish they had like the star sign. Do
On
you know
a
when
badge.
it comes up with the name on the bottom? I'm like, I want the star sign.
You're so good at
underneath
guessing,
it.
though, I think. You're really good at guessing people's star signs.
Thank you. I feel like I can be. It's a little bit of a gift. Like, I get it wrong sometimes, but there's been so many times where in my head I know what it is and I don't say it, and then they say the sign,
Yeah,
and I literally am like, I know that, it was in my head, and I'm just thinking they absolutely do not believe me right now, but it genuinely was in my head.
So carry on. So you read your birth chart for the first time.
Yeah, so basically I remember being in my bedroom alone, and I was on Cafe Astrology website, and my birth chart came up. So I was like looking at it, and at this point I had no idea what any of it meant, but I basically just went down and started reading it.
Because it's long, isn't it? I remember the first time you read my birth chart, I thought it'd be a little summary. Oh no, guys.
Oh no.
You go through houses, planets, you name it, you're covering it.
Yeah, exactly. So I remember just reading through the whole thing, and I remember like very dramatically, I like threw my phone across the room after reading it. Like, I can see it. And I was like, honestly, it just read for you about inside 5 minutes because it read me, but I read things on there that I wasn't aware of. Yeah. But when I read it, I became aware of it.
And it resonated with you.
100%. And
give us an example if you can.
Oh, I can't think of a specific. I know there's one thing that was on there that I remember reading, and I can't remember exactly what it was. It was something about my moon placement.
Okay.
And something about the way that I think. I can't remember the details.
If it comes back to you, just shouting.
Yeah, I will do. But I just remember reading that and being like, I was so shocked. But I think before I read my birth chart, I wasn't a self-aware person.
Yeah.
At all. Like, I was not aware of myself, who I was, anything like that. So when I read it, honestly, I was flabbergasted. Like,
it's definitely been a journey as well, hasn't it, over the years?
100%,
because I feel like from there, so I remember Nicole coming to my house, and I think I must have had an argument with my fella, and I was telling you, and you was like, when was he born? And I was like, the fuck you going with this, girl? Oh no, you read mine first, and then you was like, I can read yours together and like check your compatibility. And I was like, here we go, if the moon tells me that me and him aren't compatible, we're knackered here. So we went through the whole thing and we did it, and it actually turned out really well. But it was one of them where a lot of the things I think when you read about astrology can come across as coincidence. Like cynical people could assume that it would be coincidence 100%. And they'd have every right to.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of it, like especially when I was looking at like mine and my partner's relationship, it just felt a little bit too much. It's not, like when you go to a psychic, well, I've never been to one, but I've always wanted to go to one. And I'm like, I'd have to go with a fake name. Because I don't want you going on my Facey B and seeing that my dad's dead. Like, I want you to tell me he's coming to me from the dead. So, do you know what I mean? Like, some of it could just be a coincidence. Like, oh, I'm getting a message. But then I feel like some of it's just too...
It's too accurate. It's too accurate.
Yeah.
And especially when you go into the depths of astrology. So if you're just on the surface with your sun sign and your star sign, it can be very generalised.
Yeah, of course it can.
But like when you actually go into it a little bit deeper, it's like, oh wow. Because I could read your birth chart and I don't resonate with those things. Like, that's not me, but I can read that and know it's you. And vice versa. Like, you would read my birth chart and be like, well, that's absolutely not me.
Yeah.
But it's, do you know what
weird,
I mean?
Innit?
Yeah.
So you've read your birth chart. So at that point, it's probably a good 3 years ago now. I feel like you went very heavy into astrology.
Oh, heavy. Just like, before we go on to the next bit, I just want to say what a birth chart is, just for anyone who doesn't know.
Apologies.
So basically, a birth chart is a snapshot of the sky when you were born.
Yes.
At the time you were born. So all the constellations and the stars basically make up each sign. So there's 12 constellations and the planets are constantly moving through the signs.
Yeah.
So at the exact time you're born, wherever those planets are in those constellations is your birth chart. And that's like your snapshot of the sky.
And it's personal to you, isn't it?
100%.
Because you and one of our other friends, Pip, who's going to be another guest, guys. Bring it on. You're going to love her. You were born on the same day.
Yeah, in the same hospital, the same year. How friends? How bizarre!
I was a part of you.
We are. So I was born at 1 in the morning, and Pip was born at I think 2 in the afternoon.
So you could think, same birthday. So it's a while though. So like some of your placements are the same, and some are completely different, aren't they?
Yeah, 100%. So like for example, so our rising sign. So your rising sign is kind of like, I call it like your outer layer. So it's like how people might perceive you.
Yeah.
It's like your first layer of skin almost. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like the characteristics that you display when people meet you.
Perfect.
That are assigned to that generalised star sign.
Yeah. So I'm Aries, which is the first sign in the zodiac, and Pip's Scorpio. So there's a lot of signs between.
I can see the Scorpio in Pip.
Oh, 100%.
Crazy. Yeah. I'm Libra, and I don't see that.
That's crazy to me. I think like you're a Libra rising all over.
Do you?
Yeah, 100%.
So let's use me as an example then. So for those who are listening and who've watched me for like a period of time, so I'm a Scorpio. Scorpios we would describe as like very sultry, dark. Go on, give me the tea. I know what a Scorpio is, but let's summarize it for those listening.
Scorpios are very secretive. They're incredibly intuitive, very determined. Scorpios are like the fire signs of the water signs.
Yes.
Like Scorpios are very much associated with death and transformation, the underworld, and they very much understand things like that. And they can be quite attracted to like the occult and things like that.
Yeah.
They're not really. You tend to find Scorpios, they're not really afraid of like deep things, or like darker emotions and darker feelings. But they're also incredibly loyal. And
But then on the Libra rising, so what I apparently give off is what?
So Libras are very much like social butterflies, generally speaking, very extroverted.
Yeah.
Love conversation. Like they do.
We know
honestly.
that.
But I feel like Libras, they're very charming as well. Like they have a wonderful sense of humour. Like honestly, very quirky.
Yeah.
So if I give you like two celebrity examples of Libras, like one, Doja Cat is a Libra.
Is she?
Yeah. So if you think about like how quirky
Doja
Cat is.
Yeah.
Another Libra is Cardi B. Think of their personalities, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like they've got phenomenal like humor. Do you know what I mean?
But
they're very much like all about balance, so they don't really like confrontation, Libras and things like that. They like to keep the peace.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. I see that. So it's mad. So okay, so then you went into the depths of astrology then in terms of your life. So talk me through that in terms of how like did it like change the way you looked at things? Did it like become a personality trait? Because I feel like with astrology, I feel like people have two very jaded views of it. It's either kind of like all or nothing. And I'm somewhere in the middle. Like, I'm not a believer that my mood is affected by the placement of the planets, in my opinion.
Yeah.
However, sometimes things...
honestly.
Some things do kind of make sense. You know, sometimes when you're just a bit down in the DUMPS and then something's going on in the sky.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm not like... If I'm miffed about something... I think there's a reason for it. Whereas like some people are like, oh, I'm in a bad mood. It's cause we've got a new. Give me an example.
It's because the moon.
Yeah,
that's
the moon's in Aries.
Which sometimes like, I say that. Sometimes I'm like, do you know what, girl?
That's not a criticism though. That's like for some people it can literally be that. Whereas like, and then I think there's other people who like are not. They're like completely against astrology because they think it's all a myth, and do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. 100%.
I definitely sit somewhere in the middle. I don't think it's a myth, and I'll tell you for a reason why.
Okay,
my darling.
Go on.
Two of our very good friends, Izzy and Pip. When I met Pip, so I've been friends with Izzy since I was like 13, and she was 11. That's terrifying. I forget that she's younger.
Wild.
She's in it. Terrifying. Anyway, digress. We became friends, and like I've known her all this time. Then I've been friends with Pip maybe for the last like 2-3 years, and they share so many similarities. And I'd be with them both separately, and you can probably see that now that we're a bigger group. But like when I was with them both separately, I was like, God, who do you remind me of? And even down to the body shape. I know that sounds so odd.
No, not at all.
But they share so many characteristics. And I think then, and you've told me this before as well, and I've noticed it, you can look at people like you know, like a group of celebrities, albeit plastic surgery is rife in Hollywood. But like you can look at people and like the groups collectively, like they look similar when they're a similar star sign, and it's crazy,
100%,
isn't it?
Yeah, it can definitely have an impact on like your physicality as well.
It's crazy.
100%. But like Pip and Izzy are both Cancer suns and Scorpio risings.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So and they do, honestly, if you saw these two together, they give off similar vibes, don't they?
Oh my God, yeah, it's mental.
Especially from the off.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
And I think that's why they gel so well together as well. Like 100%. They do have that like similar vibe. So no, I just find it really, really interesting. I really enjoy it. So
it is.
In terms, so you discovered your birth chart. You threw your phone across the room.
Oh yeah.
Go from there to now. in summary? Can you pass me through as well?
So from there to now, really, I mean, it's been a wild journey.
Thanks, babe.
So interesting how you said the all or nothing approach.
Yes.
I've definitely had that approach in the past. So I went from, as soon as I read that, I was like obsessive over astrology.
Yeah.
So I have Scorpio in my birth chart, and one thing about Scorpio is they're very obsessive. Like,
Yes,
they don't show it, like they keep that shit to themselves, but they can obsess over things, which
Yes, we can.
can be a really good thing, or it can also be a detrimental thing.
Oh, it has been both of those things to me. Probably more
100%.
detrimental than anything, but it highlights my commitment and my intention, but it don't half get in my head. Do you remember the 4-year-old adult? Do you remember me making PowerPoints of houses? Yeah. There.
It does though, like Scorpios tend to like fixate on something, but the thing is, once a Scorpio is fixated on something, like no fucker is getting in the way of that.
Yeah.
Like, believe me. Like, if there's one sign you do not want to cross, it's a freaking Scorpio. And do you know what it is?
Warned.
You can't
Be
get
warned.
things. You can't get things past Scorpios either.
No, you
like
we've
they
learnt
can
that.
see everything. Like, they know everything. You won't think they know everything, but they know everything.
Mate, we have had experiences of this as friends, haven't we, with other people and in
yeah.
situations like, even, I know this is going to sound really far-fetched, but even down to Love Island the other night. What did I say about Georgia H?
Yeah.
And I've not even been watching it. All the girls love her, and as a girl, I really think she's like good vibes. But I could tell from the second she clapped eyes on Anton, she couldn't give a toss. Right?
Yeah, no, I actually really agree with that.
Everyone
It's
disagreed
not-
with me in the
it's
chat though,
forced.
didn't they?
It's forced.
Yeah.
It's forced.
And in
I
the chat,
agree.
everyone was like, "Nah, I don't see it," and I was like,
I
"You
see
gonna learn
through that,
today?"
girl.
I was like, I said, hey, I'm happy. I don't have to be right. I'd rather be wrong in that scenario, but it's just what I'm saying.
Just what I'm saying, girl.
So go on. So you had the all or nothing approach.
Yeah, so I very much had the all approach first. So I just went in on it. I was just reading about it all the time. And I actually remember, so for my sun, moon and rising, I made like 3 different names for them.
Yeah.
So I think my Aries rising I called Jane. And then I can't...
Why?
So when I used to have long hair, Billy, who I used to live with, once he just said I looked like Jane, so it just stuck.
Who's
like, 'cause I was
Jane?
being Jane from Tarzan. Because
Yes,
because
okay.
I was just being, I think I was just like in one of my crazy moods.
Nicole's
And I had
crazy
this, like,
moods are the
long
one.
hair, honestly. ADHD. Coded.
If you were on the private
for real.
story, you would know.
Literally. So I can't remember what my other one was called. Was it? Oh, I feel like it was like a proper bad bitch name. I
Yeah.
can't remember what it was called.
What would be your
Anyway,
bad bitch name?
Blaze.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? Like something like that, like Blaze.
Blaze. Interesting.
Fire.
I don't know what mine would be.
I don't know if Blaze is a good one, but to me it is. Do you know what I mean?
I like
used to love Blaze off Sonic.
Love.
The purple one.
Stunning, yeah.
Like with a little diamond on her head.
Mm.
Queen.
Slay.
Annoying though when you first play and then you have to unlock her. I mean, like, I'm like, girl, I want to be her from the
I
off.
want to be you right now.
I
I don't want to wait.
Settle for tails. Like, fuck's sake, mate.
Phenomenal. So you had the all approach. I remember you like reading other people's chats. Oh, just to give you an insight, guys, and Nicole will be better telling you this than me, but when we talk about like your sun, your moon, your rising, this is all the different planets and where they were in the calendar at that time that you were born. So you mentioned it before, didn't you, that your birth chart is the placement of the planets.
Yeah. So it's like a snapshot of the sky when you were born.
Yeah,
bang
and each of them can be in different places. So even though you were born on that day and that means you are a Scorpio, your moon, your Pluto, everything can mean a different place. And then that can
100%.
have different effects, right down to like the way that you, like say, come across, the way that you communicate, the way that you like deal with animosity, sexual situations, social, like I really do see the correlation. I don't think it's the be all and end all of my existence, but when I read my birth chart for the first time, I was like, good grief.
Yeah, it's
It
wild,
proper
isn't it?
threw me. It
Yeah.
really did. And I'm yet to meet someone who has read theirs and not been blown away. Some people just don't want to hear
Literally.
it. Some people don't believe in it, but I'm yet to hear someone. And the one thing I love about the way Nicole talks is because Nicole read me mine, obviously she's like my best friend, like we have been forever. She really was able to pick out the parts of my personality that associated with that and made it more relevant to me rather than just like you get on with people, you're a social butterfly.
Yeah.
The way you go into it because you're so passionate about it, like you can really associate it to people, and I love that.
Yeah, definitely. I think like that's something I'd like to do in the future as well. Like obviously now we're having like more of a generalized chat about it, but if I like sit down with someone, I've got the birth chart up in front of me. Like I feel like I do get into it. I'm just like,
I love it
right,
though.
this is this and this. Like
And I love
don't know.
hearing you ask them questions like that you
Yeah.
really tailor to them and their experiences.
Yeah, 100%.
It's stunning.
And I like to try and keep it quite simple as well. Do you know what I mean? Because
We were saying this before when we were getting ready. It doesn't all have to be that deep. It doesn't all have to be difficult, does it?
No.
It can be deep for them, but you don't have to know about it. Like you could say something like off the cuff and they'd be like, that shit hit home.
That shit got me somewhere.
So
Deep down.
you're in the all phase.
Yeah, so in the all phase, I was like going in on this. I remember one of my friends bought me an astrology book for my birthday. I remember taking it into work.
Was it me or was it
It was Brad.
Brad?
Yeah,
Oh.
Brad bought me an astrology book.
I bought you an astrology poster.
You bought me a little
yeah.
poster, which is still in my living room. I remember I took this book into work and I was just like running around and going to people, is this you? Are you like this? Like, honestly, I really was. And then like, I remember, I think there was someone there who I got along with,
Yeah.
but like, he used to do my head in sometimes. And I went up to him and I was like, this is you.
Yeah.
And I was like, see,
You
these
are the
negative
problem.
traits, these are you.
It's all you.
So yeah, and then I would just very much all the time be like, what's your birthday, like when
Yeah.
we born kind of thing. And it just sparked something within me. But for me, I went too all with it at that time because I based everything off astrology.
Yeah.
Which didn't do me any favours because at the end of the day, astrology is a tool.
Yeah.
It's not, as much as a lot of it's true
And relevant.
and relevant, it's not always bang on because there's so many other factors.
Of course there is.
In
And
life.
it's as relevant as you make it, isn't it, as
Exactly.
well? Like
Yeah,
you can apply
100%.
logic and you can apply astrology and you can, do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's lots of different things, like say it's a tool.
100%. But I was like especially in relationships as well, I'd be like reading the compatibility online and then it wouldn't end up like that and I'd be like, well, it's coming back around because it's written in the stars, and sometimes it's just not.
Did you get delulu over anything about in that relation, like in regards to that? Yeah.
100%. Completely delusional, which I'm a Cancer as well, so like Cancers in relationships sometimes can be very like that.
Yeah.
Very hopeless romantic.
Yeah.
Run through the red flags, I can fix you.
Yeah.
No, that's
Daddy,
not
I
the
love
only way
him.
that Cancers are like, by
Yeah.
the way. That's just like a small
And something that
fraction
you
of
resonated
a
with.
negative trait that they can portray. Just
Exactly.
as like anyone can portray
Absolutely.
that really, but it definitely can show up in Cancer placements.
Wow.
For sure. So yeah, and then last year, I feel like I don't know what happened last year really. Last year was just a blur for me.
It was a wee glitch in the matrix. I think
It
for a lot of
was,
us.
yeah.
We
it
were
was
saying this
it was
the other day.
It was a weird year last year, wasn't it?
I think,
2023.
I was talking to Pip about this because
I don't like it.
I was like, the beginning of 2023 was set to write me off. I was in such a bad place. And then when I look at the end of 2023, I was like, oh my God, like, thank God for X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And I remember when I made like my little highlights reel for the year, and I was looking back on it and I was like smiling so much because I was like, oh my God, like it ended up so amazing. And even in the times where I felt so sad and low, like I still had such good parts of the year with like you guys, and like the way our friendship groups all got closer has been so amazing. But like we're talking about so we did our first girls holiday last year, didn't we, as like a bigger group, me, you, Emily and Pip. So there's like 8 of us in our bigger group and 4 of us went away because like us 4 were closer at that time, and I think all of us were in a bad place at the time.
Yeah, I think we kind of were, weren't we?
When I look you know what's really weird? I don't look back at Lisbon and ever think negatively, even
Neither
though
do I.
all of us
Neither do
were,
I.
like there was food poisoning, there was
the food poisoning. Oh
I
God.
can't even, like, so much happened. There was trauma.
It was-
there was breakups.
it was
there
wild.
was a lot. There was faces being smashed in with glass bottles. Later.
Save that for another day.
We ain't even got the minerals, guys. But if you know,
I
you
love-
know.
I love it when you say that. I've not got the minerals.
No, I ain't got the facilities, bruv. Honestly, but no, that was not a great time in any of our lives.
It
but
was, yeah.
we still had such a good time. Like when I look
Yeah.
at even the pictures through the days, I was like, we had so much fun. Like we ate great food. We saw a lovely place. Like we had great nights out.
Yeah.
But like, and then I look at us all now and we're all in such a healthier place, and I'm like, God damn.
But look at
Anyway,
me now.
last year for you. So last year was a glitch, and that did what with you in astrology?
So I feel like last year I just kind of lost touch and lost my love for it. But I think I lost my love for a lot of things last year, and definitely like my spirituality. So like
you're a very
I'm
spiritual person, of course you are.
You know,
yeah,
I'm very
absolutely.
much all about spirit guides, angels, angel numbers, manifestation, all them things. And I feel like last year I just kind of like lost touch with all of them, and I kind of just lost my love for it. And you know, I started to look at people and be like, oh, you know, astrology is generalized and things like that. And I, you know,
you lost your magic, didn't you?
I lost my magic. That's the exact thing that I lost last year.
I feel like you've put your glass slipper back on now, girl.
Oh my god, don't, because that's
relax. It was meant to be nice.
No, it is. I'm a Cancer. I'm emotional.
I know, girlie.
Like,
I know.
I love it.
No, it is. I definitely see that.
I love that. I'm a Cancer. I'm emotional.
I'm a Scorpio. Of course, I'm intense. that video you sent
Intense.
me. No, we need to put that in.
Yes.
In the photo dump this week, guys. That is what is going in. 100%.
Yeah, that's something I actually missed out about Scorpio. Scorpios are very intense, and some people are like, ooh, but some people are like, ooh.
Yeah.
Magnetism is something that describes Scorpios. I feel like this episode is just about Scorpios.
It's all about the role of me. I look quite pretty. Banoffee pie. Louise. So right now, do you feel like you're in a better place with it?
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting my mojo back a little bit with it, which is nice. I
Yeah.
feel like because I've been so detached from it for so long and like so out of touch with it, I'm kind of now getting to a place where I'm like, I'm ready to like start studying. Like, I actually want to study the planets properly and like in depth about them, because I feel like with me, I have quite a unique way of looking at astrology, which like, might not come across on here, but when I meet people and I know the birth charts, I can see how the energies blend together.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, and I can see the elements a lot as well, because 4 elements in astrology: earth, fire, air, water. Like I see how those elements like run through a person, and how the energy kind of like comes across in them. I don't know. I can't like. I hope I described that well. But
no, you articulated it beautifully.
That's just the way I see it. And I do feel that I have like a unique way of looking at it.
You really do. I feel like you have a way of really bringing it to the surface for people without it being like
too much.
Yeah. Like obviously when you were super passionate about it, like obviously it's just excitement. Like you're bound to be eager to talk to people about it and to like, it's so nice to see someone passionate about something. But now I feel like you've gone to like a really nice like ebb and flow with
balanced.
it.
So I'm in the middle of the all and nothing. So in the all phase, I was very preachy to people. Like, you need to know about birth charts, it's all right. You know,
find out your time.
When people didn't believe me or weren't interested, I would just be like following them around, like, you're going to listen to me. You're going to believe everything.
You're going to listen good.
Okay, because I'm right and I know I'm right. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, okay. Whereas now, and then the nothing phase was like, don't care if anyone believes in astrology. I don't believe in it.
And it's nice to be in the middle, isn't it? Because you
balance is key in life, though, isn't it? I'm so sorry I just interrupted
the
you.
way you said that, then
balance is just key in everything. Like, you don't. Do you know what I mean? All or nothing never works. If you go all, you end up at nothing. If you go nothing, you end up at all. Whereas if you're just balanced, you just fly through.
We're ebbing and flowing through it, queen.
Through, girl.
I love that. Shall we do the questions?
Yeah, let's do the questions.
I'm just gonna check we're still recording.
Yay.
Right, okay. I would hate was to get to like the end of a segment and be like, oh my god, that stopped recording. So I'm obviously going to crop that bit out. Why is Finn text me? Oh, he's put in the group chat.
You're right.
Leave me alone. So we've had some lovely questions as well come in. Okay. Here we go. The first one, how did you get into astrology? Well, we've already covered that. So we've done that. Tick. Here's one. I was really interested in this one. How do they work out compatibility? Because they say that Sagittarius and Virgo aren't compatible, but, and I'm saying but because she's now had to DM me. Here we go. Oh, however, I'm a Sag and my boyfriend is a Virgo, and it's the happiest, healthiest relationship I've been in. But every single thing I see, it's Sag and Virgos are a big no-no.
Okay.
Give us your take, darling.
So, with compatibility in astrology, if you look at just star signs, so on the surface, a Sagittarius and a Virgo wouldn't go together, because Sagittarians very much see the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Very optimistic. I would say very spontaneous.
Yeah.
You know, very free-spirited.
Yeah.
Virgos are very detail-oriented, very organised.
Yeah.
Planners.
Yeah.
Like, they're not really spontaneous. They don't like to do things off the whim. They like to know what they're doing, know where they're going kind of vibes.
Yeah. Okay.
So you could see how they would clash
Yeah.
on the surface. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could see. But if you get someone's birth chart up, they're going to have a lot of different things going on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I think generalized compatibility isn't always legit.
Yeah.
So I'm a Cancer, and I have close friends who are Aquarians. And on the surface, Cancer and Aquarius like don't really get on.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very sensitive. They can be very detached, which sometimes, those things show up. But because I've got a lot of air energy and fire energy in my chart, I get along with them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because them vibes kind of come through a little bit more. So I think it just, you've got to read the birth charts and go into it a little bit more. Because say the person who's a Sagittarius there might have a Virgo moon. The Virgo might have a Sagittarius moon.
Yeah, they could have each other's placements in the chart.
That's what I mean. So, and it depends as well how strong those energies come through in you, because I think for each person's birth charts, certain signs will be more prominent in that person than others.
Yeah.
Even like your sun sign can sometimes take a bit of a backseat.
Yeah.
And also, certain people bring out different energies. So a Virgo and a Sag could work really, because if like, say, the person who's a Virgo can be a little bit uptight maybe, and I'm not saying that Virgos are uptight and things like that. I know a lot of Virgos who are hilarious and like,
I know what you mean the general description.
But if we're going in a general description, you know, if Virgos can be very like well formed, well put together and things like that, whereas Sagittarians aren't. They're quite fun and out there and outgoing. Do you know what I mean? So
Annabelle.
Exactly. So the Sagittarius energy can bring the fun out of the Virgo, and the Virgo can ground the Sagittarius sometimes when maybe they're getting a bit too wild. You know, that's what I mean. So it can balance.
It's a bit. There's more to it than just what you are on the surface.
100%.
And also it depends on you as a person in general. Like, you could be whatever sign you are, you might not display them traits sometimes. Like, it, you know, like we said before, it doesn't have to be all centered around your sign. You know, it's you as a person as well. Like,
100%.
How those other elements
and your values
make you up. Yeah, exactly.
And things such as, you know, at the core of who you both are.
We always say, like, you can have a good sign and a bad, like, we always say, don't we, like, Scorpio gone wrong,
but there is a gone wrong and a gone right. There's a shadow and there's a dark and a light to everything.
Absolutely.
And especially in the signs, like, every single sign has negative and positive qualities, just like every single planet does as well. So it's how they show up in people.
Yeah.
You know? So there will be Sagittarians and Virgos who've been together that absolutely do not get along.
Yeah.
And aren't compatible. But that doesn't mean it's strictly true all the time.
There you go.
So I hope that answered the question.
Girly, find out what time he was born. Head to cafeastrology.com or another birth chart site and read up, sister.
Absolutely.
Okay, next one. Sort of similar in a way, but this one was nice. What signs are most compatible friend and relationship wise? That is very generic, isn't it?
It's very generic. I think I know a few, I think. So I know that earth signs are mostly compatible with water signs.
Interesting.
And I know that fire and air signs are more compatible.
What's my fella? What's a Taurus?
You're a water sign and he's an earth sign. So water and earth. That's the generalization.
I'm water in the ground he walks on. Let me tell you that for free. Actually, I'm. Do I make your life better, love? Finn?
Are you there? Are you there? So generally speaking, they would be the most compatible with each other. The water signs with the water signs, the water signs with the earth signs with the earth signs. Same for the fire and the air as well together. Because I feel like, I don't know, they don't necessarily possess similar things. So when you think about fire signs are very outgoing, very passionate, very bold. And then you think about air signs are very much go with the flow, very intellectual, communicative. Yeah. They're kind of very centered around fun as well. I would say. So they get along. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And then water and earth. So water is all about emotions, the subconscious mind, intuition. And then earth is all about practicality and being grounded and like stability and things like that, and like almost like the material world kind of vibe. That's interesting. I think that's kind of why they go together. And what's interesting as well is that fire and earth are both masculine, so they're seen as the yang, and the water and the air are the yin.
What's a Sag?
A Sag is, so that would be the yang, so that would be the mask energy. So the fire.
Annabelle, I just nearly kicked my brew over, but Annabelle, if you're watching this, yin and yang has always made sense.
There you go.
Emotion. Anyway. Okay, stunning. So so obviously it would depend, wouldn't it, on, but like you said, the earth, it would depend on the person more 100%, in a deeper rooted way.
You have to go in a deeper way with it.
Like if you want to use
that's generalisation of those like kind of elements going better together in those signs. But if you go on a deeper level, like I've got friends of every single like sign element, like,
and a lot of that comes down to like just being a sound dad, done it at the end of the day.
Like, you know what I mean?
If you're a sound dad and you can act crap with people, like, you're going to be friends with people regardless of what the star sign is and whether they follow it or not.
Absolutely. And not just that as well, but when you start getting into astrology, if you do have certain clashes with different signs and things because of the way they do things, having that awareness and that knowledge of it can help you navigate it better. So like with me and my friends who are Aquarians, I did have issues with them at first, like, because I'm really sensitive and very much like my people close to me, and they can be really detached, so I might take that personally. You know what I mean? So I've had to definitely navigate that in those relationships through like communication things, of course, but it's about having an understanding of each other as well. And I think that allows compatibility. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
By having that
communication is key, isn't it?
100%
in everything.
So I think it depends on you and who you gravitate to as well.
Nice.
So
last question.
Way
7 hours. 7 hours. That was me today in the Adenola queue. That's how long I was out the house for. 7 hours. How does the moon / retrograde, isn't it?
Retrograde.
She's right, retrograde.
Either.
Gatorade. I don't know.
Whatever you want.
How does the moon / retrograde, I know what I'm trying to say, affect your mood / life?
So I feel like I can touch on the moon. Probably not retrogrades as much. Like I know that when it's a Mercury retrograde, you see it everywhere. Everyone's like, oh my God, Mercury retrograde. Oh.
What's so bad about Mercury? What's Mercury doing?
So Mercury is the planet of communication. It's also like linked with like technology and stuff like that as well, I think.
It's also in tuna. Because my mate, her brother, ate loads of tuna and he got mercury poisoning.
Right, yeah, mercury in tuna.
My mercury is in tuna right now. Fuck off. Continue.
Oh, God. No, that's hilarious.
Oh, God.
So, when a planet goes into retrograde, I think it's like perceived that it's moving away from us. I don't think it actually is moving away from us, but I think it's something to do with it's moving slower than the Earth.
Okay.
So that energy almost slows down.
Does it happen every year?
It happens several times a year. So like any of the planets can go into retrograde.
Right. So it's not like at the same time of each year, the same planet goes into retrograde. No. Right. That's what I thought it was. I had the wrong end of the stick. I didn't understand, but you're here to help me.
So yeah. So when the planet, it appears like it's going away, but it's actually not. But basically what happens in that time is, so say in Mercury retrograde, because that rules like communication and things like that, they say like be careful signing like business dealings and like kind of observe your communication a little bit more, because things can mess up in that area a little bit. Okay. Because the energy's kind of a little bit stagnant.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But people like freak out about it and think, oh, everything's going wrong, but it's not. You just need to adapt to the energy of it. So you need to slow down in that area, like observe a little bit more, like be careful when you're starting new things.
Interesting.
Exes also tend to crop up and people from the past tend to come back. Wow. I've noticed that a lot in Mercury retrogrades. Okay. Friends, anything like that. Even them just like popping back up in your life, like even if you don't have a conversation, if they like add you on something, or like, do you know what I mean? They just appear.
So have we had any retrogrades recently?
I don't think we've had one this year, but don't
Are we due
quote
any?
me on that. We will have some coming up this year. Absolutely. I think there was the one just before Christmas. There's been one like in recent.
I feel like there was, because was everyone not setting their intentions? Or was that the new moon?
That's probably the moon.
Oh. See what I mean? Expert.
I would say expert.
No, but clued up gaily.
One day, expert.
Yeah, one day we'll all be going to Nicole for it. Stunning. Well, I think that's it. I think that's give us a nice little summary to astrology.
Did you
What?
Did you want to know about the moon?
Why? What did I say?
That was a part of the question. Retrogrades and moon.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, I'll cut that there. The moon. To the moon.
We are going
Into the moon. Yeah.
Oh my god, can I just say how much of a good film is Despicable Me? That's
They're
probably
doing
one
a
of my
fourth.
favourite films.
Doing a fourth. And his missus has had a baby.
Gagged.
Gagged.
Throttled.
Shook.
Shook.
Choked.
No words.
All of the above.
So
You know what
excited.
gets me though in these animated films? The kids never grow up.
In it.
The-
Like, what's going on?
Agnes, the 3-year-old, is still 3. Gru's had a full-on babby.
They just never aging, girl.
We digress.
Must name
Anyway,
the portion. So how does the moon affect our life? So interesting with the moon. So there are 8 phases of the moon
Christ.
every single month. So I think if I'm right, the moon has the same amount of days in the cycle as a woman has in her cycle. And the moon
Who run the
is
world?
femininity. Girls.
oh my god, that actually makes sense because in Annabelle's room, sorry, we're doing a lot of name dropping this podcast, guys, but if you know, you know. She's got a moon chart and like the whole moon's in the middle and then all the other shapes
Yeah.
of the moon are around it.
Yeah. So they're the moon.
We're just
the moon
astrological
phases.
ladies, all right, in our group. We're just very well connected.
It's everywhere.
Everyone.
So I mean, I don't know a lot about the phases in between the full and the new moon.
Okay.
Um,
Is the full moon not the new moon?
no.
Oh, okay.
So there's a.
What?
I just got the giggles. So there's the new moon.
Yeah.
Which is like, I don't know if that's at the start. I don't know where it runs. Anyway, the new moon, we just had one literally, I think,
Okay.
like 2 days ago. So the way I see it is when the new moon's in the sky, it's like dark, you can't see it. So that's like creating space.
Okay.
So the new moon is a really good time to set like goals, intentions.
I'm with you.
And manifest.
Got you.
So like you can write down all your intentions for the month or the next 6 months on the new moon.
Stunning.
And then when it gets to the full moon, that's a good time to like release, let go. So when you think about the moon in the sky, it's lit up. So it almost lights up everything.
Smash your
Inside of
plates,
you.
burn your letters.
Yeah,
that type of vibe.
absolutely, yeah.
Here
And it
for it.
can really like rile up emotions.
Girlies, at Bottomless Brunch, when you're listening, you better be listening. Let's do a girls' day on the full moon to a rage room.
Oh my god, yeah. So
Imagine.
Good. So good.
Scenes.
Especially
Scenes on
heated.
toast.
Even better on like a fire moon. Like when the moon's in a fire sign. So whatever sign the moon is in on that day, it kind of influences the energy of it. So
Is it
like
in
it'll be
the-
influenced by the characteristics of that sign.
And is it the sign of the season? So, like, will the moon be in Aquarius this season?
So the moon, we've just had a new moon in Aquarius. Yeah.
That's-
So that
yeah.
does tend to happen sometimes where
Got
the
you.
moon will fall into the sign that it's in for the month.
That's what I mean.
That month.
Yeah.
On one of the moons.
Got you.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it'll fall into it anyway because
Yeah.
the moon moves through the stars like every 3 days.
Yeah.
So like moon signs, for example, if your birthday is on a Monday
Yeah.
and then someone's birthday is on a Thursday, you'll have different moon signs
Interesting.
in the same week.
Got you.
Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, full moon, good time to do shadow work as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Brief us on shadow work very briefly.
So shadow work, basically each person has their own shadows. So it
Yeah.
can be things that you've suppressed. You know, if someone's said to you in the past, like they've shamed you for something. Can I start this bit again?
Go on. I'll cut it.
Hang on a sec.
I'm only thinking of time, but go on.
Shadow work.
Yeah.
So
Shadow work.
shadow work. So basically,
Shadow
each person has like a light and a dark side.
Okay.
So your shadow is your darkness.
Yeah.
And it's all the things that you've suppressed, that you might feel shameful of or not
Trauma.
as confident in. Trauma, anything like that can be buried inside of your shadow.
Yeah.
Which is quite, do you know what? It's actually quite scary to like go in there and
Yeah,
unpack
yeah.
things. But there can also be like good things in there as well
Yeah.
that you've suppressed. Because maybe like when you were younger, someone told you that was a bad thing about yourself, even though it's not.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like
with you. I'm
a
with you.
gift,
Yeah.
but it can be buried in there. So like you kind of work with your unconscious mind to like dig out everything, because all them parts of you just need love and they need acceptance.
Yeah,
and they need that and
need acknowledgement.
They crave it. Yeah, 100%. And I know it sounds a bit like woo woo, but it's so real. Like I've done it myself.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
like,
you have
been in there and dived in there, and it is honestly wild the things you'll find. But if you don't attend to it and like actually do that work,
give it what it needs,
you can feel more triggered in life. You can feel more anxious. You can like self-sabotage more.
It's basically like in what I would call Emily terms, which basically means like just simple, well, not even simple terms, but like it's like when something's bothering you so much and you need but there's no reason for it to bother you, so you have to look within. It's we were talking about it early, weren't we? It's all about looking within and looking at like
100%.
what has happened to you for that to become such a trigger point
and a major thing as well. Yeah, it's not just that. People, if you're triggered by someone, they might be reflecting something to you that you shamed yourself about.
What have we said about this before? We've always said that people project their insecurities onto other people.
100%. Like they might see some, oh, she's too much, but you might not be letting yourself be authentic.
Yeah.
So realistically, you're getting so irked by that person being that way because actually
you're suppressing yourself.
Exactly.
You're not being your natural self.
Exactly.
Oh, we could do a whole episode on that.
Literally, it's so deep. Yeah, it's so
Let us
deep.
know. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And then last thing on the moon.
Go on.
So like how it affects your life as well. So the moon controls the tides.
Yeah.
So puberty, do you know like the page puberty? They put a video on literally like yesterday, like link it on your Insta.
I will.
Of like the moon moving around the earth and how it like affects the tides, and you see the water moving with the moon.
Oh wow.
So when you think about humans, we're made up of 70 to 80% of water. And what's water in astrology? Emotions. You see?
Bosh.
And that is how
mic drop
affects us.
There we
IMO, in my opinion.
When you said MVM before, he was like, never mind.
NVO. I don't know why. I just
love
like
that.
to abbreviate.
I like it.
I like to talk in text.
Stunning. I like to text my what is it? I like to verbalize my text.
That part.
Oh man, I've absolutely loved this so much.
Me
this
too.
is literally, I feel like I'm in a full circle moment right now for us both.
It's wild, isn't it?
Oh god, your hands are freezing.
Are they?
Yeah.
Those are warm.
I know, I'm sweating like a motherfucker. It's all the nerves, all the excitement.
It's all the nerves.
Guys, I think we'll call it a day there.
Absolutely. But not a lie.
Yeah.
Did that make sense?
Rave on. Rave. Guys, thank you so much for listening. I really hope you enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. I will go and watch this 10 times. Thank you so much for listening and for tuning in. I really hope you enjoyed our take on it. I hope you enjoyed Nicole. Let me know if you want to see more of this pairing. We will be back. Like it or not. We are coming back for you one day, in the words of Calvin Harris. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, what a tune.
In it. Oh.
Banger. You know what I learned the other day? A complete glitch in the matrix. Sorry, I know we're finishing, but him and Rita Ora were going out. He wrote I Will Never Let You Down about her, and she performed it. Or vice versa. She wrote it about him. I don't know. They were together. Read up.
Odd pairing.
Yeah.
Odd
strange. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. I've loved having you as my first guest. Stunning vibes. You have brought every vibe. Have you got anything you'd like to close out with?
I'd just like to say thank you for having me. Like, I hope you've all enjoyed. If you'd like to learn more in the future about astrology, I mean,
slide in the dums, the dummers.
Slide in the dums.
All I could hear then was just met a boy when dum 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 dum
dum, because he looks like a superstar in America.
I always forget this bit, guys, but please, you would shout at me if I didn't. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all of the above. Please get involved, interact. I had another email this week requesting a topic. Oh my god. So I'm going to cover that as well. I will announce it soon. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for listening. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Take care. God bless.
Thank you, guys. Oh, and if you're listening on Spotify, don't forget to leave a 5-star review.
Oh, the ASMR on that.
Absolutely.
Oh, good lord.
I just growled.
Oh, God. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.